Okay, so once we have our curve, we're going to come in here and add a 3D spline. So let's add a 3D spline. Let's see, this one, we're not in 3D. Okay, so 3D sketch, and then we're going to add a 3D spline from this edge to about here. Okay, and let's jump over to our default, and let's get to our text view here for a second, and let's make this line straight. Okay, and now if we jump back to our second display state, okay, what we are going to do is first of all, we're going to come in here and edit our 3D spline. So if you press spacebar on your keyboard, this will take you here. Okay, so you want to make sure that this line is straight from the top down with the edge of the vehicle. So right, so let's grab this line here, and then we're going to grab this one here. We're going to add a little bit of curvature to the edge of that body. Okay, and we're going to fix this along Z. Okay, and bring it out about here. Let's grab this handle here, and then you're going to add a spline point somewhere about here. Now we have more handles, and I want to make this area here straight and come in something like that. And we can see better from the front. Yes, we do. So let's bring this up about here, like that. So let's make this fairly straight, not very straight, but we're going to leave a little bit of curvature and possibly move in to create a more sharper corner in there. Bring this out about here and about that. Okay, so this will come up here. And if it's not enough for us, the falling, we can always look at our picture. So what we're trying to get out is this area here that it comes in. So to me it seems like it's not a straight down, so we will add a little bit of angle to that. So let's do that. And also I think it's comes a little bit lower. So add a little bit of angle. Bring this lower down. Grab this handle here. Okay, and yes, I think that's a pretty good curve already. Grab this handle here. A little bit of straightness to that. Up a little bit, And yeah, so let's have a look at what we have with this curve, and then we're going to generate our surface. And if we're not happy with the surface, we can come back, and then of course we need to come back and adjust our curve. So I'm not going to exit the sketch. I'm gonna jump over to our default display state and determine our second spline. And our second spline is going to be from, so that's our spline is that's where our spline is. It's not showing up, but let's jump back over here. Okay, so later on we will add a to the sketch image, we're going to add a user defined so we can actually see through. So our second spline is going to be gonna come from somewhere about here. Let's just create our user defined now. So click on your sketch image and go to user defined, and then let's choose the yellow, and let's bring up the transparency. Okay, leave it at that. Press OK on that. And if we go back to this sketch and say edit this sketch, we can kind of see our spline a lot better. So let's add our second spline, and we're going to edit from this edge to here. Hold on a second. Let's add a let's add a construction line here, and then head back to our second display state. Let's exit this sketch, and here and edit this sketch. Right, so instead of being in that sketch, I did exit the sketch. So we're going to add a second sketch. So 3D sketch, spline. So let's add a new 3D sketch, a spline. I'm going to bring it from this edge to this edge, and this is going to be a very straight spline. So okay, so once we have that, I'm going to exit this sketch and go back into creating a new 3D sketch. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to come with a 3D sketch all the way from this point to this point. When you're sketching onto a 3D spline, try to add as much point as possible so it picks up the exact natural shape of that spline. And another 3D spline from this point to this point, and another 3D spline all the way from this point up to this point here. Okay, and then we're just going to add our third spline to this line here, right onto this line. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to exit the sketch, and we're going to come in here. It says surfaces, and I'm going to fill surface, and then we're going to go choosing the 3D sketch from the flyout menu, not the future tree. So you can grab it from here. Okay, and then we're going to press OK on this one. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that surface. So let's go into knit surface. Let's knit these two surfaces together. Okay. And let's have a look at our picture. Alright, so I'm very happy with that. That looks good to me. However, I think we can adjust some on the descent a little bit. So let's see. If we go into our 3D sketch here. Okay, I'm going to edit this sketch. So we're going to bring this a little bit lower. Okay, let's exit this sketch, and that automatically updates our surface. So now it's a lot deeper, and that looks like what we are looking for. Okay. So I'm going to leave this tutorial at this point, and then see you back at the next tutorial.